Hi everyone, I'm Wendy. Today I want to share about my research. The topic is the influence of health QR code on the older people in China during the COVID-19 period and the possible solutions. My presentation will have 4 parts. First, let's start with the introduction. Since the COVID-19 breakout, China has been using the health QR code to collect citizens' health status and trajectory. When entering public places, people need to scan the QR code to show their health code, to register their trips, and show their health status certificates. But for many older people, the application of health QR code has brought difficulty to their lives. Then let's talk about the problem statement. Older people who cannot use the health code are refused to access to public places, such as the supermarkets, public transportations, and the banks, which affects their daily necessities, fund, and travel needs, and not only affects their health need during the pandemic, but may also cause psychological pressure on the older people. And here's my analysis of the problem. The internet wasn't popularized in China until the end of last century, so the older people often lack of the experience of surfing the internet and using the smart device. So they are more likely to encounter difficulties when using the health code. Furthermore, the decline of the physical ability increases the difficulty of the operation, which makes them unable to operate the options and enter information smoothly like the younger people. This exerts greater psychological pressure on the older people who are vulnerable groups in the pandemic and even cause anxiety and depression. Then I want to share about the possible solutions. I will start with some existing small-scale attempts. Some areas have tried alternative methods on a small scale, such as registering ID numbers or issuing paper certificates valid for 14 days by the community. This enlightens me that an unified alternative method is widely needed, but the problem of difficulty management and sluggish information exposed by these trial measures also need to be improved. And therefore, I came up with a course of action as possible solutions to this problem. At the government level, a unified alternative to the healthcare code for the older people should be made. By associating the health code system with the ID card, the older people can obtain the certification by registering the ID card number. Another way worth trying for the government is to simplify some operation steps of health code and the design of user interface, so that the elderly can learn to use it faster. The community can carry out teaching courses on how to use the health QR code to teach the older people about the activation and the operation method and steps. For the older people who cannot participate due to the health conditions or other reasons, the community should arrange staffs to go to the home of the older people for individual help. This ensures that no one will be socially isolated during the pandemic. And the individual level of measures mainly relies on the family and friends of the elderly. The younger generations are more familiar with the operation of smartphones and network, thus they can help the elderly to enter the information and activate the health code. At the same time, they are more intimate with the older people and usually more patient and easily accepted by them when teaching how to use it. And at the society level, social publicity should carry this problem out in the form like public service advertisements, as well as encourage more people to become volunteers and help the older people solve their inconvenience, so that people can understand the difficulties of the elderly, also to care and look at an age stage of human nature in a respectful way, appelling them to replies, complaining and insulting with patience and goodwill. In conclusion, every sector in this society should play their social responsibilities, take measures to improve the situation together, and to ensure the good effect of the cooperation. Therefore, we can create a social environment for people of different ages to live happily and promote the common development of the human society through the effective communication. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention.